I want to say thank you to everyone that's watching, and we ask you to please share and like this live. The more people it reaches, the better it is, because I'm the type of believer that whenever you share a positive thought, even if it has an effect on one person, you're already changing someone's world, and someone's world
Mhm.
means a lot to us. But anyways, it's all fun, it's a lot of laughs. I would like to ask Miss Arlette here. Right? Was that right,
Yeah,
Miss Arlette? No,
our
just
special guest,
Oh,
Arlette.
that's fine.
Just Arlette. Tell
ma'am.
us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Arlette. I was born in Portugal. Came here when I was, I think, 9 years old, going on 10,
Mm.
and have been living in Mass ever since. I have some siblings here. My parents have retired and moved back to Portugal. I'm divorced. I have two teenage kids. I have 14 and a 16-year-old. I'm tired. They drain my bank account. They drain my energy.
Oh my
But
God.
Sounds like what we were talking about a couple of
Yeah.
days ago.
Jeez.
I work in at the Metro West YMCA, which is a nonprofit organization, and it's a gym, but it's also a place where people go to, put their kids in programs, and adults in programs like cancer
Mhm.
survivors and people with
Oh, wow.
diabetes and high blood pressure. We have a lot of beneficial programs for all ages, and we have a preschool, we have after school programs, and I pretty much live there 8 hours, 8.5 hours of my day, and then go home. But I love working for a nonprofit, and it makes my life feel like I'm doing something,
Mhm.
other than being a mom and helping my own household. I feel like there's a lot of things that I do at work, and we have food programs and stuff like that, which is really
Mhm.
cool. So it really feels like you're making a difference in the community.
Mhm. Now, when you're getting home, it doesn't stop, does it?
Never, it never stops. You know what's the worst is that I used to come home, make dinner, and everybody would eat. Now I come home, make dinner, and I'm sitting there eating by myself, and everybody comes down and, makes their meal whenever they feel like it. And
Mm.
one kid's at work and the other one's upstairs, and it's just like as they get older and things
You know
change.
what I find convenient with that stuff is mobile fast food apps.
they're wicked expensive.
Bro,
They're
my kids
expensive.
love Uber Eats.
Listen, it's like a godsend, man, because it's like what you're saying. You're hustling, bustling all day to come home and do the mother thing or the dad thing, cooking and cleaning and yelling. Clean your room,
Mm.
damn it! I told you to clean this bathroom before I went to work. That
5 more minutes.
Yeah, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes on the timer. Yeah. So the mobile app thing, man, is a godsend. I think they should create a phone just so you can download apps, just for that, because it takes up all your storage on your phone with downloading some of these apps. You know what I mean? You got the McDonald's, you got the Wendy's, you got Chipotle. I used to call it Chipotle. I didn't even know how to say that word until my daughter corrected me over and over.
Oh, they love doing that.
Oh my
Correcting
God.
us.
Yeah, so so my question would be, how do you manage, how do you what like how do you say, okay, do you decompress in the car before getting home? Like I got to see what's going on at home now.
Mm.
So now you start thinking about it, like pre-gaming on getting your mind right to get to what's next at home.
Hell no, I bring all my rage in a leash. No, Kelly.
Oh, so
No.
you're like me.
No, honestly, I'm really lucky. When I come home, I don't really feel a lot of tension and a lot of stress from work, which I'm really grateful for. I probably have more tension trying to figure out what the hell to cook every night than I do coming home. I have less than 10-minute commute home. Most of the time when I get home, the kids are already in their rooms. The house is quiet. I think right now one of my favorite hobbies is to just bust in the room because they're all on their phone with their friends, and I just start saying crazy things, and mom, everybody's muting their phone. So I love to catch them off guard, and but
Which is important too, by the way, because God knows what they're doing. You know what I mean?
right. But yeah, no, I mean, there's not. I think the decompressing is more like a long-term thing, not necessarily like an everyday thing. Like
Okay.
for me, it's like you get into this groove and it's like a truck that is going downhill and you just keep
Mhm.
going and then all of a sudden you hit the bottom and you're like, oh shit, I need
Mhm.
to slow down,
Mhm.
so it's like you get into this rhythm and everything just feels like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and then you hit a wall and you're like, oh, I need a break. And that's when
Okay.
you're like, okay, now I need to decompress, I need to get out of here or get away from
Oh
these
my
kids.
gosh, man, I can imagine.
Mm.
Now, do you have a favorite program at your job that makes you like fulfilled throughout the day? Like, yeah, this is what I want to do, and I feel like my day's complete at the end of the day when you're done with that program.
Mm.
Or
It's not necessarily a program, a specific program, I should say. It's more the connection with people. It's
Mhm.
like we have so many people coming in that need different things, and
Mhm.
it's whether it's a single mom that can't afford
Mhm.
childcare when she goes to work, or
Mhm.
somebody that has food insecurities and they can't afford groceries.
Mhm.
It's not really one specific program. It's more like the
Mhm.
overall
Yeah.
of being able to do something for somebody every day, and even if it's
Yeah.
not me doing it directly, you're still part
Mhm.
of it. Like you're still there
Yeah.
to witness it. And, we
Mhm.
have meetings at work every week and we have mission moments. And these are like, cool stories that, happened throughout the week, or like if somebody has like something really simple, but really like heartwarming, or makes you feel like, oh shit, I did something today. So
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Now, I know we spoke off camera and stuff like that about health and fitness. Now, how do you include that to such a
Hmm.
busy day? Like, how do you take that time to
Yeah.
say, okay, this time is for me. This time, I've attended to my schedule at home with the kids. I've handled my schedule at work with meetings and whoever and whatever. Now this is my time. Like,
Yeah.
how do you plan for that?
Usually my time is in the morning. Um,
Okay.
I I like to start my morning slow, and before the kids have to get up and you yelling at everybody to get dressed and get out on time and whatnot. First thing I do is I get up and I have a cup of coffee and then I enjoy it.
That's the
It's
best. A
quiet.
cup of coffee. The
Yeah,
first one, the first cup of coffee.
nobody's
You
Listen,
always get me
around.
on that.
I
It's
have somebody in this
quiet.
Yes.
household. I have somebody in this household who, when she pours her cup of coffee, it's
I
almost
can
like she
having an
forgets.
orgasm.
Yeah, it's almost like she forgets that she has a schedule and needs to
What kind of coffee
continue.
is this?
She just sits there and stares at a wall and
that's
just,
that's a moment right there, man. I'm
man,
an
I'm like,
advocate for coffee.
I have to look at the
Coffee
watch and
is
I'm like, hey, listen, we got to go here and there, right? I mean, you sitting down like you're at Bermuda, man, at the
Hey,
beach.
what is she? She goes like, "Don't touch
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, on my lips.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. That's yeah. I mean, I don't know why you guys are talking about coffee because now you guys got me started.
Well, after my coffee, that's when the
Yeah.
fun begins. No,
Oh my
no.
gosh.
Usually, I
Mhm.
I rush the kids out of the house. Sometimes they get out on time. Sometimes they don't.
Now, when you say rush, you like kick him like in
Yeah.
the ass and be like,
Yeah,
get
let's
out.
go.
Listen, man. Listen,
how
man.
the
I got my
Italians used to do, like grab you by the ear.
Yeah,
That's how I
yeah.
do it. Walk them to
Okay.
the bus
listen.
by the ear.
I got
That's the
I got
Portuguese back
Wait,
home.
isn't this guy a
Yeah.
cop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna put you in
Do you
jail.
have to report people when?
nah. Listen, I got my son
Hey,
that
he's on duty.
he has this
He's
thing
on
in
duty
his.
right now.
I got my son. He has this thing glued to his
Same.
hand.
Mhm.
I mean, shower. I'm
excuses.
sure he has his hand out the shower curtain, still holding this thing, brushing his teeth, and it
He
is
brushes his teeth.
annoying.
Oh wow, good for you.
Yeah. Oh my god. So
Yeah,
I
it's hard. I'm
so I
like,
should leave him alone then.
What is
Oh
smelling?
my god. Yeah. Yeah.
no. They're
Yeah,
pretty
so-
selective about their hygiene.
Oh my gosh, man.
That teenage years, it gets to the point where you can't force them to do stuff because
You
they're
can't,
bigger
and,
than you. So
and you're looking at, oh man, I'm gonna chop him still, man. Don't be like, hey, listen, what'd you say? No.
What is it like?
Yeah.
Throat chopper?
Yeah, throat chop. Yeah. And,
Go brush your
he,
teeth.
yeah, he's the, I think my son now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
one of them is tall.
One of my kids is like 6 feet tall. I would have to
Yes,
take,
my
like, a
son
flying leap.
also.
But
My
yeah.
son also, and I look at him.
Over here.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, we're gonna start a GoFundMe, and we're gonna get you like some like step ladders. You can throw your key.
I told my son, I was like, hey man, I know you're like 6'1", 6'2", whatever it is, man. I'm gonna start at the knees, homie. I'm gonna drop you. Go ahead.
Way
That's where
up.
you go for the big people.
Yeah,
you know? You
yeah.
always
I'm
go to
gonna
the
work
knees.
my way up to you, man. So, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
They're
what?
surprised when you get there too.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you do after your coffee? So like,
Yeah.
do you like write stuff down, or you already like, you already have your schedule? Like, is it aerobics? Is it weightlifting? Is it what's that other stuff that they do? CrossFit? Is it that stuff, or like
Yeah.
what exactly is it?
So what I do is more like HIIT training. So it's kind of like CrossFit, where
Okay.
you're doing like various exercises and working like more than one body part at a time. Like it's not focused on just one, abs or arms or whatever. It's everything goes at the same time.
Mhm.
And I usually try to do that Monday through Friday. I have a trainer that I work with every Tuesday. Been working with him for like about a year and a half now. He likes to torment and torture me, and I love it. And then started working out with a couple of other coworkers, and it's great. It's really challenging because you don't
Mhm.
always have the drive, and you're tired, and sometimes it's discouraging, but you just keep pushing, and it's helpful. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think that brings out the next question because you told. I see it coming.
how do you pick? Remember this? We were talking.
We broke this question apart
Because this is very interesting, man.
It
Because
is, yeah. So we would
how
like
do
to
you
know.
pick the right trainer for your
Mhm.
personality? Because you don't want to pick the wrong trainer if you're not a self-motivated person per se,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
you don't want the ultimate warrior coming into your gym yelling and screaming at 6:10 in the morning,
Yep.
telling you to do sit-ups and push-ups, right? And
Yep.
drink this whole milk while you're at it.
Ooh.
So yeah. So how do you pick your trainer for your personality and what your goals are?
Or the one that is just trying to, like,
What do you mean? What do you know, Elma? Go ahead.
Yeah, trying to take you home.
trying to seduce you.
Trying to take you home.
Like, oh.
He's gonna. How do you avoid that guy that's trying to you're
How do you
focused
say,
on the
like,
gym?
no, thank you without being
Yeah.
offensive?
Yeah, and
Honestly,
he wants
we
to
don't
take you
have
home to
any of
make you
those.
lunch.
Good.
Yeah. No, we don't really have any of those at the Y.
Thank
Everybody's pretty
gosh.
cool, except for me. I'm the only weirdo there. No.
Also, Elmer, she's the one. Then she's the one we're talking about.
Stay away from her.
How you doing?
Don't touch me.
No, it's funny because my trainer, when I first started working out by myself, he was working out there by himself at the same time in the morning, and he wasn't a trainer yet. And I'd be doing my thing, and then I'd start to slow down and get tired. And like I'd look over, and there's this, I don't know, 5'8", 5'9" African guy, oh, shit, my bad.
No,
You
you're
know,
good.
he's like, come
She's
on,
getting all
like,
excited.
I know.
Who's under the bill?
it's called what do they call that? Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit. We gotta get her some help. We gotta call her Y. Be like, hey, we got some.
For our next topic.
No, but he would like he'd look over and like, come on, let's go. Like he would push me, and he wasn't even my trainer yet. But I could always catch him in the corner, trying to figure out what was going on and sort of trying to encourage me without even saying anything. And then what was that? Nervous is right.
Listen, this is the best part about this show, that
It's called Fear.
It's uncut, so we are,
Uncut and
as our
uncensored.
boy Tony Pepperoni will say, as organic as possible. A comment
Yeah.
just came in that just made us laugh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you got her.
I don't want to get canceled, so we're gonna skip that.
I was ready to run.
Yeah.
So then I decided that like my workouts alone weren't enough. So I reached out to the wellness director and I told her I was looking for a trainer. And she's like, oh, I have somebody that's just starting. I think he'd be a great fit. And sure enough, isn't it this little African guy that I see every morning, you know, giving me the evil eye from the other side of the room? And so, you know, we started working out together and he's really smart and really knowledgeable. He's doing school for physical therapy. So he knows how, you know, everything works. And he has just the right amount of, I don't give a fuck if you're tired, do it anyways, kind of like,
no excuses.
So like for me, if I say I'm really tired and somebody says, okay, go ahead, rest, I'm going to fucking rest, you know, like, great, let me go sit my ass down.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy is like, no, I don't give a shit. But he'll like whisper it so nobody else hears you, you know, and it's like, if you don't get your ass up off that bed, you know, you're like, okay. So it's a little bit of abuse. It's a little bit of encouragement. And the culture
all rolled up into one.
Yeah, right. So the cultures are also very similar, like with my parents and his parents, the way we were all brought up, you know, even Spanish families, we're all kind of brought up the same with that tough love. And so I think we all respond in a certain way with that same tough love. And I actually brought him. So I was working with him on Tuesdays, and then my wellness directors, he's like, oh, you know, I kind of want to join your workouts. I was like, okay, cool, great. Then his wife was like, oh, I want to join your workouts. So now the three of us are working out together, and it's really cool. It's you get a lot of encouragement in different ways when you need it. Like Matinko has the tough love. Katrina, my wellness director,
so
she's
I'm thinking Matinko is the African guy.
Yes, it is.
Matinko.
Katrina,
what makes you think that?
Katrina, she's the wellness director, and she's
sounds like a Guatemalan name to me.
Matinko. We're not making fun of Matinko, by the way.
Don't make me call him.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Do you know, the other day he was pushing around, it was like 680 pounds. So Matinko is little, but he's mighty.
Yeah.
But so Katrina, Katrina has this like really gentle sort of way about her, and she's, you know, she's got that like soft tenderness, you know. And then there's this other guy, his name is Bauro, and he's older. I want to say he's probably like in his 60s, and he's like understanding towards like your, you know, when people are working out and when they're, you know, older, not older. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, he gets like
Elmer, that's for you. That one's for you.
Elmer, that was for you.
Wait,
when you're older.
Like I'm 21. What are you guys talking about? By the way,
in dog years, pal.
By the way, the bald is just for the show.
Yeah,
I could still grow hair
in most places.
I guess you got it.
Why you gotta throw me under the bus? There's a little spot over here that don't grow hair, but the baldness is just so I could look tough.
I just heard that last week, so I figured I'd throw that little jab in.
I want to look tough. I'm a tough man. I'm a tough little Guatemalan.
Oh my god!
Oh man!
All right, so now, let me ask you this. So you got this new group now. They just all, you know, pretty much said, you know what, I'm interested in this. You got it going. Do you guys, you know, keeping, you know, like a text thread to say, hey, we're meeting at the gym, or we're doing this at this time? So do you keep the lines of communications going? And if so, how do you keep them motivated? Because sometimes they see something and they're like, yeah, I'll try it. But then when they do it, you don't even hear from them anymore, because, you know, they like you're saying, you know, some of these old guys, you know, they're like, I don't know if this is for me. You know, I'll do water aerobics instead. You know, maybe that's for me.
Sadly, I'm the oldest of the group, so that kind of sucks.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So I think Matinko's wife is in her early 40s, and Katrina is in her like mid 30s, like 35, and Matinko's in his late 30s, and I'm the one dragging ass trying to keep up with these little kids.
So do you bring the walker to the Y? Or you
No,
leave it
I
on?
bring my cane, so I had to beat
Okay.
somebody.
Well, I'm just checking. I'm just checking.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that people get the facts right. That's all.
Now, does it interfere with anything else? Personally, like
Oh yeah, no,
yeah, the workout. No, it doesn't.
no. I mean, I wouldn't say it Well, kind of. It interferes every day. Something hurts.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? That's just like
Mhm,
you. It's like on the inside, I feel
mhm.
young, but
Yeah.
then like during the workout, once the workouts are over,
Mhm.
reality sinks in, and
Yeah.
you're like, shit, I'm not 27 anymore,
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it interferes. I would say it probably, helps my day more than it interferes.
hmm Now, do you have like after the workouts, do you sit there and say, or do you have like a little session where it's what do you guys think about the workout? Do you think something should change? Do you
Mhm.
think we need to focus something on something else?
Yeah.
You guys have like stuff like that? You guys talk after the workouts?
I mean, we talk after and like before and stuff like that. If somebody wants to do like, I don't know, if somebody wants to do arms or abs or whatever, like
Mhm.
we'll make sure we incorporate that into the workout.
Okay.
If somebody's hurting somewhere, like me, my feet be killing me, and Katrina's shoulder is bothering her, we'll make sure like we'll switch it up and sort of make sure that we can accommodate everybody so that we can all still get a really good workout. Or if
Yeah.
somebody wants to improve on something, then we'll do that.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Okay.
I got a key question right in
Here we
between.
go.
All right.
She can't improve your height, pal. It's not gonna happen.
Dang.
There's
Yeah,
no
I heard-
stretching. I don't care how
I'll
much
say the
yoga
next
you can
question.
take. I don't
No,
care how much yoga you
My
take.
parents would say different. They said a little bit of this makes you taller. So,
Yeah.
How much do you bench?
Oh, geez.
bench press.
Bench
She's gonna
press.
put us to
I
shame
I
right
think
here.
I can do 130 or 135 on bench press.
That's
Okay.
not
I
bad.
can
That's
do
not bad.
220 or 225 on squat.
How about legs?
Squatting
Yeah.
his legs. I can do
Yeah, Elmer.
deadlift about the
Let the
same.
professional speak.
I know.
Yeah. I'm
Amateur.
sorry. Hey, that was just a question. There was a random question. Come on. Do I look like I work
She's
out?
like,
I'm trying to
well,
get
yeah,
motivated over
squatting
here. That's what
is-
the show's about. See if I can find any motivation on how to build myself.
Yeah.
Apparently, I can't grow anymore, so that's scratch that up.
You can't grow up, but you can only grow out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, imagine me with a six. Nah, I don't want. I like my. I like my.
Some-
butt,
Hey,
my fluffy chest.
DeVito just commented she benches as much as Elmer weighs.
Oh my god.
We can test that.
Nah,
today,
she's
right?
not.
Oh,
Hold on.
ain't that a
Hey,
fact?
The headphones are coming off. Mics are going back. She's about to bench press me. 150. 150. Can she?
I can definitely squat them. That's for sure.
She can squat me. She can't bench me.
Bro, you're only 150 because you're wearing the headphones and a sweater. That's why you're
No,
150
papi.
right
Last time I checked me, butt naked, I was 150.
He looks like he'd wiggle though. Doesn't look like he'd be a steady press.
Oh
It's
my
all right
God.
here, man. It's all right here in the back.
So how do you incorporate your kids into this stuff if they are? Like, do you invite them over? Do you tell them?
Try.
Yeah.
They don't want to be seen with me. No.
No.
I actually took my youngest to the gym today. I tried to introduce him
Oh,
to my
yeah.
trainer.
Matinko.
And yeah, just because my little one,
That's a-
he's shorter than my
You
older.
gotta
kid.
ease them into this stuff. You just can't bring them into a drill
It
sergeant.
was
the
just
first
like
day.
a meet and greet. We weren't working
Everybody
out.
was like 6'2", weigh like 300 something pounds worth of
Yeah.
muscles. This kid's like 5 inches.
Matinko raising the eyebrow.
And she's like, "Come on, kid. Come on, buddy. This is the people you're training with. Of course you're gonna be intimidated. What's wrong with you?"
You stop when I
No,
tell you
my
to stop,
God.
brother.
It was a strict meet and greet, and he was
Just throw him in there, like throw him right on throw him to the wolves. Feed him to the wolves.
He
That's
said,
what you did.
He said he was much nicer than you described him. You made him
Shit.
sound like a monster. I was like,
Oh
oh,
my
my
God.
bad.
I'm
Shame
gonna
on
leave
you.
Matinko
I know,
out this
right?
conversation.
No, but it was funny because like I tried to my oldest kind of does his own thing. He does like after school stuff and is in his own activities. But my little one is more of he loves video games and just he's a wicked introvert, so he doesn't get out.
Mhm.
But he wants abs, but he doesn't
Oh.
want to work out, but he
Mhm.
wants abs.
Just
So
spray paint ads.
I took him to the gym today to meet Matinko, and
Matinko the drill sergeant.
I was trying to show him all these things, and it was like he's like, no, that's okay, that's good, I'm all right, that's enough, I'm good. And he was so self-conscious about the weight, and I get it.
Yeah.
Like when you're starting, you want to be
Yeah,
able to go
Yeah,
hard,
day one.
but
Mhm.
yeah, like when you see your mom's weight down here and yours is
Yeah.
up here, it's a little
Yeah.
makes you a little self-conscious. So maybe it wasn't the right way to go about it.
Yeah.
But he likes to rock climb. So I
Especially
tried it.
introducing him to Matinko the
Matinko.
drill sergeant.
Matinko didn't even, he was super nice to him.
3 months you'll have him fit.
They all start nice.
That's what he said. He said, bring him
3
into me.
months. Yeah, 3 months you'll have him fit. Maybe
That's
maybe I should make
You should be
Matinko.
Matinko.
Now you obviously have access to these workout areas in your workplace, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really
So
lucky. Yeah.
good. So do you like incorporate your kids? Do you tell them, hey, listen, meet me at the gym, or I'm gonna be here at this time, or it'll be nice even if you just show up, and if so, is it the same availability to those others that have those programs at the YMCA? Do the like, I don't know, the programs you mentioned earlier, do everybody have access to this facility?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
obviously you have to have a membership. We have,
Okay.
we do offer financial assistance, so we try to make price not a problem. We try to make it accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
As far as my kids being able to meet me there, unfortunately, that's not an option because
Mhm.
neither of them can drive. There's no transportation for them, and
Mhm.
I usually work until 6, so I'll work out
Okay.
in the morning and then work until 6. So by that time, it's like,
So
Yeah.
I have a question. So I understand, like if you want to get like a family membership at any gym, it will cost you an arm and a leg.
Mhm.
What would you tell our viewers that have 3-4 kids and would love to?
Are you trying to get membership, Elmer?
uh,
I'm speaking for a friend.
I'm just asking for a friend. Okay? I'm asking for a friend. How would you advise them? What would their first step be if they want to walk into the YMCA and fill up one of those applications and try to get a membership so they can get something that is affordable?
Mhm.
I know the YMCA offers a lot of programs. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I was subscribed to the YMCA. They had a swimming pool. They had a basketball court. They had
Matinko.
a gym. They had there was no Makingo on this one. There was actually I didn't see no personal trainer, but it was good. They had everything they need. What would you advise a mom or a dad that has a lot of kids and would like to get the kids involved into all these activities? Because I think nowadays a lot of kids lack of active activities, like like swimming, jogging, or playing basketball, which is very there's a basketball court in every city, every town, but I feel like they're not being motivated. So how would you tell these people, what would you tell them that would be their first step to go walk into the YMCA and sign up? Well, what are the benefits and what are the things they can do?
First, I would just make sure that you talk to somebody. Don't just like go in and say, can I get a tour, and just walk out with a brochure, because you get so much more information if you're actually having a conversation with one of the staff members. Because one of the things that we prioritize is inclusion and making sure that everybody feels like they're welcome, that they're included, and that they're a part of a community. We don't for us, we're not just a gym. So like, as far as swim classes, our priority is to, water safety. It's not just to teach kids how to swim. It's to make sure kids are safe and when they're in the water or near the water. And, a lot of people are, insecure about finances. Shit, we're all fucking broke. I know I am, but it's when you talk to somebody, make sure you ask, is there a sliding scale? Is there financial assistance? What does it cover? And how, each application is reviewed and it's based on household income and size. And, and we take certain things into consideration. So it's like, it's very, individualized. The experience is very individualized, and not everybody needs the same thing. So it's always good to have an open line of communication and just ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
All right, so don't be afraid to ask questions. I mean, like you said, the YMCA I recommend it for big families with like little kids or
you would know.
Last time I checked, you guys were making fun of me because I was driving a minivan.
We haven't transitioned to that yet.
And then the new kid came by.
Yeah.
But look who's driving a minivan now, Pound. But anyways, no, it's great. That's some great information because I feel like, there's a lot of like single mothers that would like to get their kids involved into, the YMCA, but obviously they want to put them active in programs, but some programs are expensive. And
daycare, especially for them to be able to enjoy these programs.
Yeah.
We want to know where to leave these, our little ones while we do what we need to do,
Yeah. So it's good to know that, that there are programs that are willing to work with them according to their financial to their finances. Yeah. So the YMCA, you can't go wrong with a YMCA. I was a member of the YMCA. Obviously I don't work out anymore because you guys, no, you can't. Well, I have. Hold on.
Isn't that
I don't work out anymore? But at some point, I was a member of the YMCA, and I really love their programs. You get to use their pool, you get to use all their equipment. Just like Planet Fitness. This is not a promo. Yeah. It's a non-judgment. There was no.
Tell them,
definitely. I would suggest, if you have a lot of kids, a big family, join a YMCA. The YMCA are what's up.
I mean, we've had a lot of families come in under like really stressful situations, myself included. When I was a YMCA member when I was in my early 20s, and I was just, a kid going to the gym. Same YMCA, which is hysterical. It looks very different now, but somehow I ended up there again. But, I was recently separated. I have these two kids that I'm responsible for. I had to find a full-time job. I had to find childcare, and, the kids were still young back then. And it was like an all-in-one. Like all of a sudden I had a job, all of a sudden I had after school care, I had summer camp, and it was with financial assistance because it's still on a single income, but it was like we've had so many people come in there under like desperate measures and just like find so many blessings. It's really cool.
Now, that being said, how do you manage? Well, I'm not going to say manage, but how do you, or what would you recommend for someone who went through what you went through, going through a divorce and single mom now you're in charge of everything in the household. I'm sure it gets stressful. And would you say that the way you prioritized all your workouts and your schedule with work and the gym, would that had helped, or would it help anyone in a similar situation, as far as, the mental health part of it, because I know that, working out and all that good stuff, it is a stress reliever. Like, it's just like, okay, I got it out of the way. Yeah. So how did that help you, and how would it help someone else in that situation?
For me, like in the beginning, when I was first separated, I was on autopilot, survival mode. And it was just like, I had to make sure certain things were done, regardless of how I was feeling, what was going on. And it was like a strict survival mode. And eventually survival mode can only get you so far. And all the chaos that I was experiencing inside was a complete reflection of what was going on outside. I was overweight, I was depressed, I was insecure. I couldn't make eye contact with people because I felt so bad about myself. I wasn't taking photos with my kids, which I thought was awful because I didn't want my kids to grow up and then once I was gone, not have any pictures of us together. And I was like, what am I doing? So then I realized that I did have to prioritize myself to an extent. First thing, therapy. A big advocate for therapy. A lot of times it's people are embarrassed, depression, any type of mental illness is supposed to be, embarrassing. And it's like, it happens to everybody. Shit happens in life and you got to manage it, and you have to manage it in a healthy way where you're not, you can't, it's so easy to take your kids down with you when you are in chaos. And
without realizing it either.
You just go into autopilot.
Yeah.
So it was like, first thing was therapy. Second thing was, started to work out, and things all started to fall into place. And it was a slow process. It wasn't like overnight, and there was like ups and downs, but there was so many like outlets, my therapist, my friends, my family, the people that I worked out with, my trainer, and then my kids started to see a difference in me. And they said, "Oh, Mom, you seem happier. Mom, you seem lighter," and that was, for me, I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, it takes a little bit of extra effort. It takes a little bit of time away from something else, but I'd rather have a messy house and healthy kids than, a spotless house with some badass kids that you're out there arresting on the beach. So,
all right. So we have a question here from one of our viewers, Lisa Martel. I think this was a question that was worth to put out there. It says, what are some of the ways your family supports each other's mental well-being? Wow, that's a very deep question. You got to give a lot of thought to that to answer that.
I mean, for me, it depends on the family member. I think you get different things from different family members. My sister is a social worker, and so she's very familiar with, that type of work, that line of work. But even social workers need therapy. It's like, it doesn't mean that you're not human and you don't need help yourself. And it's like, so my sister, she very was very easily able to relate to how I was feeling. Sometimes it's just a woman's group. It's a girls, friend group. Sometimes it's interesting because a lot of family members will have the same thought process, but will vocalize it differently,
Right, express it differently.
Men will definitely hold things in. They're not as expressive with how they feel, whereas women, we let you know everything most of the time.
I know that.
Most of the time.
not all the time.
Most of the time.
I want to take a quick break. I just want to share some information. And one of our supporters here is AJ's Restaurant. They're located on 1365 Main Street in West Warwick. Their phone number is 401-828-4160. They are a breakfast place. They've been in business for 40 years. They're one of our biggest members. And this,
please don't be afraid to go there because Matinko will not be there.
I hope he doesn't hear
AJ's Restaurant. It's a family-owned restaurant. They've been in business for 40 years. 1365 Main Street in West Warwick. They're open 7 days a week, and we hope to see you there. Also, this show is brought to you by Evie's Coffee Shop. 837-2713 is their phone number. Please, if you need any coffee, let us know. We got you.
Use your employee discount, someone said.
Use your employee discount.
Yeah. Well, order and we'll talk about that later. All right.
We have another question here. This question is coming through Facebook from Manolo D.
I'm not gonna say that.
Can you see that?
And all of the
I
drugs.
say it in
Hey,
Spanish.
Manolo. It says,
Man, people are
we use
creative
our
with their
employee
names,
discount.
man.
Yes, you can. You can use your employee discount.
Yeah, man.
What are we getting a
creative.
discount on?
But
Yeah, exactly. What are
know,
we?
we
We're talking
had,
about mental health, and now we're talking about discounts.
we had a transition from physical fitness up into mental fitness. And the theme of this podcast was it was a question, and they're connected. I think that all of us, we agree that physical fitness and mental fitness are connected. Now, there's two ways of to look at mental fitness, and one of them is mental health. I'm sorry. One of them is, do I have depression or I don't have depression? Some people think that when they're diagnostic with they get diagnostic with depression, they think that they have to live with that for the rest of their life. They believe that what the doctor final diagnostic was, that they are now suffering from depression and anxiety, that they must find ways to accommodate depression and diagnostic. I think one of the key elements is that you're not. It's up to you whether you want to live with anxiety and diagnostic for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well,
I think that one of the mild case of depression and anxiety would not interfere with your daily activities, but a severe case of anxiety and depression would interfere with your daily activities. And I think those things can be resolved, like the depression and anxiety, by exercising, by working out, by being active. And it doesn't mean that you're going to go to the gym and spend 6-7 hours, like bodybuilders though, but just chipping in a little bit. You go there, you start by a half hour, then you jump into a half hour. It will definitely help you, like build on, whatever it is that you're struggling with.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think that with a balance with therapy, talking these things out and just overall managing it somehow, with medication, if prescribed and whatnot. I think that, you could work your way out of it somehow. Not that it's going to go away. It's just a matter of managing it. If you know that, you're manic in some ways, how can I control this mania? Working out does help. And I'm sure that the therapist or whoever people are going to will recommend it. Go out for a walk, enjoy the sunlight, go do some push-ups next to your house or something. You know what I mean? But also incorporating talking and finding an outlet for these, for this area that people are struggling with. And I know for a fact, because, my experience with the YMCA is through my mother-in-law. She used to work there. So I know that the YMCA has a lot of great programs that help you keep your mind off certain things so you can manage and try to move on positively with your life, because a lot of times these things just hold you back. And when they hold you back, your family is ignored, your job is ignored, and the most important person is ignored, yourself. You ignore yourself. You forget that, you used to like wearing lipstick, and I'm speaking for me.
I know we were not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
That was our secret.
or dress nice, or go out to movies or, just riding the bike. So we neglect ourselves a lot. And by us, incorporating a lot of these outlets, like Miss Arlette is saying, with the YMCA programs and, working out with Mr. Matinko and do it this way, brother, will bring you life, But you just have to have that open mind and you have to listen. And a lot of times, man, people don't want to listen, because they feel like they gave that thought and they gave that opportunity to someone and they weren't helpful. They just said, "Oh, snap out of it. You could do it. Be a man," or that's not what women do. Women are supposed to be this way or men are supposed to be that way. And, so a lot of times they get, they shell themselves and they have a hard time trusting,
Yeah.
But bringing Miss Arlette here and having her share these things,
Personal story,
personal experience that you do have help, and then not everybody has the same ideologies. You just have to be willing and able to let them in cautiously, but let them in and let them help. That's all.
Yeah. So we got a question here from Emari Valiente, aka Pucci. The question goes like this: what are the steps? What steps should a person take to get out of a "I'll do it tomorrow" cycle?
Oh, the pushing it away mentality.
I think that's procrastination.
Procrastination.
Yeah. You need to
procrastination, brother.
Well,
stop procrastinating.
Go ahead.
I think the part of the problem is that people want that instant gratification and they want the results right now, not today, maybe yesterday. And you have to give yourself some leeway. You have to be gentle with yourself, and you have to be, honestly, you just have to be kind to yourself. You can't put yourself in this box where, I'm the type of person that if you tell me that I can't have something to eat and I have to be in a strict diet, guess what? And 20 days from now, I'm eating all that shit and everything.
I can't have the donut? What?
All that hard work is gone. And it's you have to be flexible. For me, consistency is key. And as long as you have consistency, it doesn't matter how long you work out, what you ate, but just keep consistent. Say, okay, I'm going to take a walk every day. Start there, and then just start with baby steps. Don't set these huge goals and set yourself up for failure, because that's what I always did. I want to lose 50 pounds. And guess what? You're not going to make it to 50 pounds in the time frame that you want.
You got to chip away. That's what you got to do.
You just start small and then build your. So what I started to do was I started a list of my accomplishments, and my accomplishments started really small. Whether it be how much I could lift, how many sit-ups I could do, how long I could run, all that stuff. And then when I started to feel discouraged, I would look at my list of accomplishments and be like, oh shit, I did that. Okay. I couldn't do that before. I'm doing this now. And how many notches on your belt you've, tightened up. And it's keep a list of things that you're proud of, regardless of how small they are. And then just look back and remind yourself every once in a while, okay, I did that. Take photos. You're not going to see a difference from this month to next month, but you'll see a difference in 6 months. And just take one photo a month. You don't have to do it every day. You don't have to weigh yourself every day. That's just torment. And you're just making yourself feel crazy. So it's not worth it. Start small.
I think that,
procrastination
and drinking.
Procrastinating.
Procrastinating.
Why you gotta throw me under the bus? She's wrong. This is coffee.
And this is water.
Procrastinating. I think that at some point in our lives we all go through that. We all procrastinate, and
it's individualized also.
It's it is. It is. But I always said that you got to take life by the horns. Whenever you feel like you ain't doing something, you got to get strong and just take control over the day. I'm a great believer of that Latin word, carpe diem.
Yep, carpe diem.
The day. Carpe diem. Yeah, seize the day. And when you choose to do that, you're not going to procrastinate. You become a lot more productive when you take the day by the horns.
But you have to be in the right frame of mind to be able to.
Yes.
do
Well,
that.
that's what I'm saying.
And you
Like,
can only do that if you're in the right. Yeah.
well,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, there's obviously there's a lot of steps you got to take that, but it all starts with you taking control over your actions,
Mhm.
how you
Yeah.
think, and what you want to get accomplished. I'm a great believer that you should set goals for the day.
Mhm.
Write a list, write everything down. In the morning when you get up, you got 5 minutes. It takes 5 minutes. Write down all your goals. X them as you go, and you will feel a lot better.
Mhm.
Procrastinating is a really, really bad habit that we should all, as we get older, should get over it.
Mhm.
Do not procrastinate.
Yeah, gotta
You
try
know
to
what I mean?
manage
You
it
will
somehow.
not feel
Mhm.
productive. You will not feel. You will feel like your day you didn't accomplish nothing.
Yeah.
But when you don't procrastinate, you feel like you had a great day. There's no better feeling than having a productive day,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and that comes without procrastinating.
Yeah.
We have another question here from Lisette. You want to read it?
Yeah, it says, what are some common challenges parents face in supporting their children's mental
Ooh.
I'm off with that.
health? Ooh, let me.
I guess this is my bathroom break.
I gotta go pee, guys. I'll let you and I'll be back. I'm done with this podcast. I just got fired, guys.
Welcome to the Arlette Show. No, I'm kidding. No. So for me, first things first is just listening. Honestly, like I think kids are really scared to talk to their parents, and if they feel like they can come to you with just about anything, then you're more likely to beat them off, at the path. Like you don't
Mhm.
have to start digging for problems. They'll come to you. So if you
Mhm.
keep that line of communication open, and like that
Yeah.
means being vulnerable yourself and
Yeah.
talking about how you're feeling, and it's
Mhm.
okay to feel these things and it's normal, and you don't want them to feel like they're weird or it's just a them thing.
Don't shame them.
Yeah, or shame
Yeah.
them. It's
Yeah,
like
don't shame 'em.
boys don't cry. That's bullshit. Like
Yeah.
it's okay to fucking
Wait, does that include men too or just boys?
no, men can cry too.
Okay, I was just checking.
No, this is a very
Matinko, is that okay for me to cry, buddy?
no, don't
Am I good?
don't ask for Tinko.
Yeah. Drink milk
Wait,
and do some
But
pull-ups.
Chico
pal.
has the African accent.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
does. How
Yeah.
would you describe that African accent?
Oh my gosh, man, that's another.
All right, we'll bring
I'll
that
work on it and we'll get back to that.
I just want to remind you guys that this is a show that is unedited and
Yeah.
it's uncut.
Yeah,
So
so unfiltered,
this
man.
is
we
almost like an
talking.
idea of what guys and
Yeah.
friends talk about whenever
Mhm.
they get into a group. So
My
what
mom
if
just
you-
chimed in.
who?
My mom, that's my mom right there. Hi guys.
Hi,
I can already see her. Hi
Is that-
guys.
oh, that's Anna. Oh, Anna.
Yeah.
Espérate.
Hi,
espérate,
guys.
espérate. Hey, everybody. Bendición.
Bendición.
Bendición, Ana. So this is a uncut and we just the whole idea of this podcast is just to introduce you guys to the group of friends. What do they do? What do they talk about when they get together? We want to make it, and I'm gonna steal it again from Tony
Yep.
Pepperoni, as
Yep.
organic as possible.
As organic as possible.
There's
Yep.
no uncut, there's no editing, there's nothing here. That's
Yeah.
why we love this show. That's why
Mhm.
we brought this to you so you can participate and
Yeah.
we can express our feelings, our thoughts. So
we're not here, and the reason we're saying this is because we see people chiming in here and there, and
yeah,
the audience is starting to trickle in, but we're only saying it because we're not here benefiting off of anything. We're just
Right,
we're
we're
just
not.
reg-
We're
we're just, we're just regular guys.
I'm not getting paid.
you're not.
Oh, shit.
Wait, I
Whoops.
didn't tell you that.
My bad.
She just drove an hour and a half
know.
here. But
In
obviously,
a freaking tsunami.
listen, apparently she didn't like everybody else. She didn't read the fine print. You should have read the fine print.
Good point.
Hey, my mom chimed in with her own advice here, and moms are always good with advice. So let's put that one up. No, sir, skip that one. We'll bring that one back up later.
Well, hold on.
Go
let
down.
me-
Go
that's-
down to the.
Hold on.
Go
What's
down
up,
to the
Memo?
no. My mom is there, sir. Let's
Alright.
put that up.
All right.
Let's put that
I'll
up.
do that. Let's see. What do we
There
got
we
here?
go. Let's put my mom up there. There you go. A lot of people get a journal with a calendar, and they write down their everyday to-do list, their accomplishments when they're done, and it helps them. Yes, absolutely. And it's almost piggybacking off what you're saying. You know, make a goals list, scratch them out. You know, start small, not big. You know, let's be realistic. You know, a lot of times, you know, we want to get things done, but we're thinking way too big. You know, we have to set a foundation and build from there. You know, so thanks, Mom. Love you.
I think that I'm sorry. I think that like I like to write a lot, and the other day I wrote about being
I'm
constructive.
surprised you know how to write.
Well, I don't. I get Google for that.
Sorry.
Coloring book.
Color by numbers.
I get Google for that.
Color by numbers.
But,
This is A. A is green. Green. Can we say green?
so no, I talked about being constructive. You know, it's and
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand the meaning of being constructive. You know,
What's the meaning of being constructive?
Are you
Please,
seeing what I'm seeing?
Elaborate.
He was being disruptive. Hey, teacher, my friend was being disrupted. No, that's the opposite from being constructive. So, you know, last week we had
Some of us are lactose intolerant.
Yes.
God. I shouldn't never. I shouldn't never.
Listen, my wife carries with that pill religiously. Everywhere we go, she has pills in her purse, man, with the lactose.
I
thing,
should have
man.
never gave our lead that Kahlua, which contains milk.
No, you should have given me this microphone.
Woo. Hate to be sitting next to you right now, pal.
But no, I wrote about being constructive. You know, it's very important to be constructive, and I think that you know, we appreciate all the help we need. You know, last week was our first episode. This is our second one because one follows two.
He knows his numbers.
I know how to count.
Yeah, the numbers are the same even in Spanish, Elmer.
First and
Ay,
second.
gracias a Dios.
No, mira, no, alguien dijo algo en español. Oh, your wife just, you're in trouble, boy.
You're in
You're
trouble.
sleeping in the car tonight.
Not my lactose pills.
It's okay, girl.
Whoops.
Leave that alone.
I hope they're like on top of your bureau, like, you know, where you can reach them.
She keeps them tucked in deep inside that purse. I don't know what women carry in those purses, man. But
Don't worry about it.
they got everything in there. They even got a hitman in there, bro.
You're on a need to know basis. We'll tell you what you need to know.
Yeah, you can hide a hitman in them damn purses, man. You pull everything out of that thing.
No,
That's funny.
but you know,
Back to journaling. I
Yeah, sorry. Back to
I-
journaling.
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Journaling, and I think
I
that's
forgot.
well, because you're drunk.
Keeping track of
Wait,
dr-
am I
goals.
drunk or am I like
Oh, yeah.
old?
Dory. Yeah, are you having a Dory moment?
No.
Yeah, that Dory.
My name is Dory.
Yeah.
I have short-term memory loss. No,
What are we talking about?
I'm serious.
We're talking about journaling, sir. Do I need